All right. Please share this quick video with other people and be a blessing to them. Um, so I noticed that some people want to write their own vows, their marriage vows. So they don't want to use the old vow for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. Till death do us part. The old one that, our fathers were using. And I begin to ask why. Why don't you want to use the vow? What are you scared of? What are you afraid of? You want to write your own vow because you don't want to be committed. You don't want to be held accountable. So, now when we say for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, it doesn't mean you are cursing yourself. You're not placing a curse on yourself. It only means you want to be committed for life. It means you are making a vow. You're entering into a covenant before God to love this person, to care for them, to be with them, to work together as a team for the rest of your life. So when I see people who want to write their own vow and dilute those vows in a way that it fits them, in a way that it satisfies their sense of selfishness, in a way that if anything goes wrong in the marriage, they will leave. You see, some people, they have plan B. That's why they want to write their own vows. You have a plan B. You have an agenda. If tomorrow something happens in the marriage, you sneak out and you go back to your ex. You sneak out and marry somebody else. That's why you want to write your own vows, right? You don't want a vow that will make you committed. You don't want a vow, marriage vow that will make you accountable to your wife or to your husband. So you want to write a different vow. So if tomorrow your husband is sick or your wife is sick, terminal sickness, you have the right to leave the marriage. If tomorrow the person has an accident and cannot walk with their two legs anymore, you leave the marriage. That is why you are writing your own vows. So I have a problem with this generation. This generation that don't want to go through anything in marriage. This generation that think that marriage is a bed of roses, that there are no challenges. Listen, let me tell you, there are challenges you will face just because you got married. And God determines how they will come and when they will come. So, let me ask you a question. Do you think that Abraham and Sarah prayed to be barren? Do you think they prayed to be barren? No, they didn't pray and ask God to keep them barren. They got married and they noticed that they were barren. Nobody's praying for bad things to happen. But what if challenges come? What if challenges come? What if your husband loses his job? The same man that was taking care of you, bringing money, suddenly loses his job. What is going to happen? Are you going to leave him? What if on his way to work one day, God forbid, he has an accident and becomes crippled for the rest of his life? He's going to be crippled. What is going to happen? Are you going to leave him? What if your wife, as a man, does not have a child for you? Are you going to leave her and marry another woman? I have a challenge with this generation in the area of marriage. We want an easy vow. We want an easy vow. You want a vow that will not make you committed, so you don't respect your spouse, so you don't submit to your husband, so you don't take care of your wife, so you don't love her the way Christ loves the church. An easy vow. A vow that, you can walk away anytime you want. After all, you didn't sign up for this. That's why we are seeing divorce in churches. People are writing their own vows. So they come to pastor after counseling and they tell pastor, I have my own vows. I will read it out. What are they reading? Nonsense. They are writing love poems as vows. As a poet, I've written over probably close to 2,000 poems. I write a lot of poems. So I know the difference between a poetry, a love poem, and a vow. A vow is an oath. You are taking an oath. It's not poetry. You're not coming there to tell, oh, I saw you in the moon. And when I saw the moon was smiling at me, and the stars were twinkling, and I saw you dancing in the moon. Nonsense. You better go back to the old vow, for better for worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. And stop messing around with all this writing your own vow. Are you kidding me? You are entering into an oath. You are making a vow to die to self, to serve your wife or your husband for the rest of your life. That's what you are doing at the altar. The day you got married and you make a vow, you are dead to self. You are no longer alive. You are dead. You are dead, mean you are no longer the one. See, it means you don't prioritize yourself. It means your husband or your wife becomes your priority. You are taking care of the person. You take your eyes off yourself and you focus on your wife, and your wife focus on you, and you start to sharpen each other, help each other. Iron sharpens iron, deep calleth unto deep. All right? But you can only do that when you are selfless. All this selfish generation of individuality, generation of independence, where husband and wife will not work together as a team. Everybody's doing their own thing. That's why marriage is not working. It's not working because you are not a team. You don't work together. You don't plan together. You don't pray together. You don't even sleep together. Just one person sleeps in one room, the other person in the other room, deceiving yourself. So if you want your marriage to work, you better stay committed and be selfless, and it will work. It's not about you. And the journey will not be easy, let me tell you. It's not an easy journey. It's a journey where you will serve one person for life. You put yourself by the side and you serve that person. Right? Whatever will make that person comfortable, you do it. That's what marriage is. It's not about you. It's not about, your marriage is not about you. And it's not about your children. For those of you who prioritize your children, it's not about your children. No. It's about God, and it's about the union itself. Some of you, you love your children more than you love your spouse. Shame on you. You didn't go into marriage for children. You married. It's a covenant. It's a covenant. It's not about children. Yes, children are blessings, but you are not there because of children. You are there for a kingdom agenda. So you have to work together. It's a covenant. It's a commitment. It's for better and for worse. There's no plan B. You are not looking for a way to escape. You are there for life. God bless you.